I agree with the point highlighted by the national chairman that in Rivers State, Governor Fubara is the leader. What the national chairman said is the position president sticks to. So Wike has been adequately compensated.
Welcome back once again. The Rivers State political crisis, as we speak, is now on another dimension. Sincerely speaking, Similaye Fubara has now been backed by Bola Tiñubu at the expense of Wike being dumped by Similaye Fubara and even Bola Tiñubu's government. I'm going to be showing you in full context what the presidency came out to clarify, to differentiate, and to expatiate on the political leader in Rivers State. As a matter of fact, through Baula, he came out recently, the presidency. I'm going to play the video, stating that Similaye Fubara remains the political head of the political space in Rivers State. That Nyesom Wike has been compensated in as much as he is a minister, he attends fake meeting and other things. He should stay clear of Similaye Fubara and allow him to rule. This is a presidency. Bola Tiñubu who appointed Nyesom Wike as a minister that is saying this. I'm going to be showing you everything, and I'm going to be showing you how the impeachment plot and processes have now been halted following the fact that the chief judge of Rivers State came out and stated that he cannot even set up a 7-man panel to go and investigate Similaye Fubara and Ngozi Odo being the deputy governor of the state, following the fact that there are now court injunctions for him not to even probe or probably get to sign the impeachment of Similaye Fubara. I'm going to be showing you all of that. On the other hand, Martin Amehule and the House of Assembly members have seen that the chief judge has taken this step. They have now cited an appeal against that particular order restraining the chief judge not to file the impeachment panel and letter. I'm going to be showing you everything that is happening. But remember that when the two grass sites, the grass suffers, who are the people that are actually getting the backlog of all these crises in Rivers State? They are actually the residents and indigenes of Rivers State. I'm going to be showing you all in full context. But before I do that, listen attentively to this particular video for you to see the in-depth, for you to see the things a lot of persons have reacted following the crisis that's actually happening in Rivers State, and how the presidency has taken sides by stating and standing with Similaye Fubara. Watch, and when we come back, we'll continue.
See, what is happening in Rivers State is symptomatic of what is happening in APC, the failed political party. I remember I told people that they will implode. A child that is born today will tell you that 2 captains cannot command a ship. Then you, the APC, you took Mike and made him 001 PDP in Rivers State. And you went and took Fubara and made him 001 APC. And I've told Nigeria that PDP APC, there are 2 heads of a monster. That is the PD APC, which Tiñubu propounded during his campaign in the 2023 election. Now, he is now moving ahead, trying to unify PDP and APC. And that is what is going to implode the APC. Because you can't bring old wine and put in a new wine skin. What is happening in Rivers State is that there is a godfather who is unforgiven and who will not forgive. And there is a godson that does not just want to be a slave. Are you talking about agreements he made in PDP in law? The only time you cannot litigate a case is when they are of the same parties, the same issues. Now, if Fubara made any agreement with you in PDP and the APC took him and gave him new agreement, that your agreement with him can no longer stand because it's not with the same parties and with the same people. In any case, when you enter into a contract by coercion, by force, there was no consensus ad idem because one party was forced to agree to the terms. So whatever is their agreement, I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, the welfare and security of the Rivers State people is my primary concern. They should stop using the resources and the power of Rivers people against the Rivers people. What they are doing, both Fubara and Wike, is not working well for the security and welfare of the Rivers people. If 2 of them cannot get their ass, then let 2 of them step aside so that the Rivers people can see and forge a new life. What is all this issue about using their own disagreement to destroy the security and welfare of Rivers people? I'm getting pissed off. Both Fubara, both Wike, let both of them step aside. If they cannot agree, that new people will come and become in charge of Rivers State. I am not siding any of them. How can a godfather and a godson not agree? So they should stop using their quarrel because it's affecting the Rivers people negatively. They can't get their acts together. Let 2 of them get away. If 2 of them cannot get away, whichever one that wins, let the person go. I don't have any business supporting any of them. The solution is very simple. They should just vote APC in 2027 and vote out their problem. both Fubara and Wike are now problems of Rivers State. Rivers people should sit together and vote two of them out.
Haven't seen exactly what these particular persons have stated, it is obvious that the political space in Rivers State is taking a different dimension. Since Similaye Fubara joined the APC, he has outrightly knocked off Nyesom Wike from the political space because Nyesom Wike felt he's going to use the federal might as the minister that is closer to the presidency to outrightly backlock him or probably fight him off. On the part of Nyesom Wike, he also wants to be relevant. We have often stated the time with that number. He wants to be relevant in the sense that if Similaye Fubara actually becomes, he knows that if Similaye Fubara becomes the governor come 2027, he is going to omit his name and will not send his name under the ministerial slot that will be representing Rivers State under, the fake cabinet of Bola Ahmed Tiñubu happening. I'm going to be showing you all of that. But before I do that, is this exactly what is happening? Now, listen attentively to the presidency, what they stated, their stand at which they have backed on Similaye Fubara. Remember, Baola is the representative of Bola Ahmed Tiñubu and the presidency on the media. As a matter of, he's an essay to the presidency. So whatever he's saying is standing firm to what Bola Ahmed Tiñubu has actually sent him to say. Watch, and when we come back, we'll continue.
I agree with the point highlighted by the national chairman that in Rivers State, Governor Fubara is the leader of APC party in Rivers State. Now, you may mention of Wike. Wike is not a member of APC, so he can't speak for APC. I don't know whether I get the point. He may be the leader of PDP in Rivers State because he was a former governor and they don't have a governor at the moment. But in APC, the leader of the party in Rivers State is Governor Fubara. President believes in the rule of law and a rule-based practice, right? With respect to the party affairs, what the national chairman said is the position president sticks to because he respects party procedure. We have had people who complain that as a cabinet member, Wike enjoyed more benefit than anything. When you leave a treasury single account,
he delivered more than most.
If they are given the resources that he has and unfettered access, they will do more. So Wike has been adequately compensated. You see, the president believes in compensating people. Compensating people not at the expense of the interest of Nigeria. You have to understand President Bola Tiñubu. He will give you latitude. He will give you privilege, but not at the expense of what is the right thing to do. Now, when you cross that line, nobody will tell you. You will know. So the matter between Wike and Fubara is already handled. Handled in the sense that you ask the question, who is the leader of the party? Instead, we say is the governor. For the impeachment procedure is consistent with the practice of law, right?
Okay.
And the requirement. And then the governor will deal with it. There have been orders of court that stopped the impeachment, right? The party is clear. Nobody should stop Fubara from governing the state. And that one should be clear to everybody, that the party sticks with the leaders of the party in their respective states.
Okay.
In fact, the president even respects the right of a state in which a PDP governor is a governor. And maybe somebody, APC, wants to disturb him. He believes that the governor should be allowed to govern the state.
Okay.
That is his disposition. That's his approach.
Welcome back once again. You've listened attentively what the presidency has stated. This is the stand of Bola Ahmed Tiñubu. That tells you that he has outrightly dumped Nyesom Wike and has, equated and backed up Similaye Fubara as the authentic governor of the state, and for the fact that he is in the same political party with him. On the part of the chief judge, he has come out to state that I cannot outrightly, form this 7-man panel. Remember, Martin Amehule sent a letter to the chief judge stating that he should form 7-man panel that will probe Similaye Fubara and the deputy governor. But on the part of the chief judge, he came out recently, as you could see on your screen, why I declined to constitute panel to probe Similaye Fubara. Now let's get details of reasons why the chief judge took that particular dimension. The chief judge of Rivers State, Justice Simon Amadi, has explained why he declined to set up a 7-member panel to investigate Similaye Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Mma-Odo, amid ongoing impeachment proceedings. In a letter addressed to the Speaker, House of Assembly, writes Honorable Martin Amehule, Amadi, being the chief judge, cited court orders as the reason for his decision, arguing lawmakers and other parties to respect the rule of law. The Assembly had, remember, on January 16, requested the chief judge to constitute a panel to probe alleged gross misconduct by the governor and his deputy, invoking Section 188 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended. This move followed the commencement of impeachment proceedings against the governor and the deputy governor. However, both Fubara and Odo had separately approached the Oyibo branch of the State High Court in Port Harcourt, obtaining interim injunction restraining the chief judge from receiving, considering, or acting on any request or resolution from the assembly regarding the panel. Justice Amadi, being the chief judge, in his letter dated January 20th, confirmed receipt of both the assembly request and the court orders. He said, "My office is also in receipt of 2 separate court orders of interim injunction issued on 16th January 2026 in 2 suits, restraining the 32nd defendant, being the chief judge of the Rivers State, from receiving forwarding, considering, or howsoever acting on any request, resolution, articles of impeachment, or other documents from the Assembly for the purpose of constituting a panel to investigate the purported allegations of misconduct. The Chief Judge emphasized the importance of constitutionalism and compliance with the rule of law. Noting that the lawmakers have appealed the interim orders, he explained that under the doctrine of lis pendens, all parties must await the outcome of the appeals before any action is taken. This is exactly what the Chief Judge has stated as his stand, at which he stated that he cannot file or form a 7-man panel to probe Similayo Fubara and Ngozi Odo. This is now showing you clearly that Nyesom Wike has lost both on the presidency, where the presidency has stated it clearly that they are standing with Similayo Fubara. As a matter of fact, Similayo Fubara is in the party that Nyesom Wike has been compensated. That means the compensation is giving him ministerial position. So he should face whatever he's doing in the FCT. As you can see on the screen, the FCT are actually having what we call a peaceful match over the areas of payments and other grievances they're actually having. A lot of persons have called on Nyesom Wike that the time you're using, the energy, the velocity you're using to look for how to tell this your allies, being the House of Assembly members, to impeach Similayo Fubara, use that same vein to be productive in the FCT and mind your business as a minister. While Amaechi was a minister, he did not even give you or perturb you up to this point that you're perturbing Similayo Fubara. That is exactly what is happening. And that is it. On a contrary to everything that has actually been stated, a pastor, being David Biomie, came out and stated a clear prophecy of what actually is the reason and cause of this crisis in Rivers State. Listen attentively to him, and when we come back, we'll wrap up with what he has stated.
Because if God speaks to me, I'll say it. No mortal man, I repeat, can solve the problem of Rivers State. No mortal man. It's not a physical problem. Has the president been able to solve it? No. I'll give you the story so you know the man of God. Ada George was a governor. Odile was under him. Odile and him fought. Odile was his boy. Odile, Amaechi was his boy. Amaechi and Odile fought. Amaechi, Wike was his boy. Wike and Odile, Amaechi fought. Sifra was a boy to make it. Wike and him are fighting. It can never be solved by any physical mess except by the hand of God. There's no physical mess because it's not a physical problem. Even if sin picks somebody today, the person will fight him. It's a spiritual problem. But I stand in my office today and I declare that curse broken in the name of Jesus. They have tried all means. Even the president have not been able. No mortal man told me, but today, mark it, I decree that curse broken right now. In the name of Jesus.
I haven't seen exactly what David Biomie has stated in the program that he have over the Glory Reign program. He made clear that this particular fight of predecessors against the governors and all because of political power is actually a spiritual problem. A lot of persons on the contrary stated that he should actually not take this route. Because for crying out loud, this is not actually what is obtainable. Other persons are actually saying that this is actually true. But look at George. Odile had issue with George being his boy. Amaechi had issue with Odile. Wike has issue with Amaechi. Now Fubara is also having issue with Nyesom Wike, of which the man of God has stated it that if Similayo Fubara picks up another person, he or she will actually have issues with him. Also, exactly what is happening in Rivers State, and I decided to bring this to your view. What is your take towards this? Get to the comment section, react positively, advise Nyesom Wike appropriately, advise him to actually do what is needful, and bring solutions and comments on the comment section that will actually foster peace in the state, so that the priority of the people and the dividends of democracy that the governor wants to give to the people will actually be stated. If this is your first time meeting this channel, do it often, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and click on the like button so let's get informations promptly when we drop them here. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.